Hey guys, Adam Trigger here, wagertalk.com. It's NFL Week 7, and we're talking two teams that might not have a starting quarterback in the Raiders and the Bears. Before we get into the breakdown, please like and subscribe so we can continue bringing you free picks all season long. Back to the breakdown. Raiders, Bears. Obviously, the first thing you need to know here is the status of Justin Fields and Jimmy Garoppolo. Two guys that were banged up in their games last week, both left their respective games. Both could miss this game. Now, for me, I have a feeling it's going to be Tyson Bagnet for the Bears. That seems like the more likely scenario here. I guess Jimmy Garoppolo could play. And to be honest, I kind of prefer him playing. So I like the Bears plus the points here. And I would like the scenario that makes the Bears the biggest possible underdog because that's how I want to play against the Raiders on the road here. I'd like to be getting as many points as possible with the Bears in this game. So, and I think the scenario that achieves that is going to be Tyson Bagnet against Garoppolo, preferably a Garoppolo playing banged up. Now, I don't think anyone knows a ton about Bagnet. He's comes from Division II, got his first action last week against the Vikings, but he was serviceable in that game. 10 for 14, 83 yards. He ran for a touchdown. And I think if you give him a week to prepare, a week to get reps with the first team, and given the fact that the Raiders are not great defensively and have little to no tape on him, I could see him being serviceable for them again here. And it's why I'm willing to back the Bears if he, in fact, is the quarterback. The Raiders have one of the worst pressure rates in the league. They don't have much of a pass rush outside of Max Crosby. And the Raiders are a bottom 5 team against the run this year. So, the Bears, their offensive line has gotten guys back. Jenkins is back, and they've got, they're a little bit healthier. So I think there's a way that the Bears have some success running the ball, moving the ball against the Raiders, what I consider to be a very pedestrian defense. And if that's the case, the Bears are going to be in this football game. Now, if it's Brian Hoyer for the Raiders, who, he's going to be the quarterback if Jimmy G is out, I'm willing to play against him. I even though I don't think Garoppolo is great, I still think he's, Hoyer would be a step down from Garoppolo. And so while the Bears have issues defensively, I just don't know that the Raiders offense fully is able to exploit them. And then you're talking about the Raiders in this spot where they're now sort of going on the road as a favorite. That has not been a scenario where they've done well over the years. And of course, they come off not only the Monday night win over the Packers, but last week's win over the Patriots. It's just hard to believe that this Raiders team, with all the issues that they have on both sides of the ball here, can win and cover, for a third straight week in a row. Devontae Adams has been banged up, so he'll play. But again, there's a lot of reasons for me to want to bet against the Raiders here. And I'm willing to do it, even if Fields is out. I think the Bears, even without Fields, are in a good enough position to where they shouldn't be an underdog to the Raiders in this game on their home field. So I like the Bears in this spot. I will be looking for a spot, looking for the right point to jump in. I do think if Jimmy G is ruled out, that this line, if Jimmy G is ruled in, that this line goes up a little bit more, and I'd be willing to grab the Bears there. If Jimmy G gets ruled out, I'll probably bet it right away because I would anticipate the number coming down a little bit. But no matter how you slice it, I think the Raiders are way overvalued on the road right now. I think I was incredibly unlucky to not cash my 4% play on Sunday at Patriots +3. Of course, the Raiders get a safety at the end of that game to cover the spread. And it's just sort of the cherry on top of the Raiders being massively overvalued at this point. So they've never done well in this time slot, the 1:00 Eastern kick. And so for all those reasons, I'm willing to go against the Raiders here. I'll take my chances with the Bears. It worked a couple weeks ago when I backed them against the Commanders. I think it'll work again here. So Bears plus whatever the points are my bet for this game. Follow me on Twitter at TopFlightSI, because if I do add this one as a client play, I will post it there, and I'll let you know there. And head on over to my page at WagerTalk, wt.buzz/AT. Right now, we've got a great promo. Use the code 7PASS, and you'll get 7 days of all access at a discounted rate.